Any questions? You want me to aim?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it needs to come.
I think I can see where.
Can you see the issue? Oh, see, no, because now I can see white wall. Okay, now I think the whole camera needs to come forward a little bit. Maybe there we go. Okay, now aim it a little more towards that direction. No, other way.
Oh, your
Yeah. Little. Can you go a little moss? A little more. A little more. More. No. Okay, now a little less. This is. That's all right. Let's go with that. So somebody was like, "Is that?" They said, "I just have one question. Is that a real wall or a backdrop?" It's a real wall. It's
Mhm.
It is a real live wall. So yeah. Oh, okay. All right, Chris. Are you about ready to roll here?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Brian Duncan, are you feeling okay, Brian? We missed you on Friday. More to the point, we all didn't have any donuts. No.
Yeah, both Matt and Chris thought donuts imminent.
No, well, okay. I did think donuts were imminent, but I did eat breakfast thinking that I would just get, double the calorie because I wasn't going to not eat a donut. But I'm glad I ate a breakfast because, yeah, Brian didn't bring donuts, which was perfectly fine because I didn't want to eat a bunch of.
I didn't eat breakfast.
Yeah.
Anticipation that Brian would bring. I thought it was going to be burritos. I thought
burritos
that day.
Hey,
we'd already done the donuts.
Will you do me a favor? Doug's here, and I want to show him his Mosrite real quick. Can we show that just real fast? Because as you guys might know, one of the things that Chris and I do when the rest of the guys are building guitars is we build guitars too. So I worked on a bunch of people's. Yeah, I think I got it. I worked on turn loose a bit. I worked on a bunch of people's guitars this week, and Doug Santaniello's Mosrite's inspired guitar was one of them, and so it turned out pretty excellent. What color do you think this should be, Chris? Because I looked on Doug's invoice and it just says your choice.
I think we should paint this guitar.
I think white would be cool.
Greg Brady green. There's a classic episode of the Brady Bunch, and Greg decides he's going to be a rock star.
Mm-hmm.
It's a guitar, and it's a green Mosrite Ventures model with all of that stuff like
taped off so you couldn't see it.
It's one of the few green Mosrites in the world.
Okay. There's a couple people who are saying, very terrible things. Green fabric top. Is it a multi-scale? No, it's not going to be green. No, it's not going to be a fabric top. No, it's not multi-scale. The Mosrite, I don't know if you guys can see, but the Mosrite pickup is at a jaunty angle, but the frets are regular. And we don't know why Semi Mosley decided to do that.
I think he did it because it's off, because it looks cool.
Yeah.
Almost guaranteed.
Greg the Walrus says, quick question about the ultimate Les Paul workshop. Would it be doable for someone who's never built a guitar before, or would it be better to do one of the Fender styles first? It's absolutely doable for someone who's never built a guitar before. And I'm going to show you at least how many people that were here have never built a guitar before. 1, 2, 2. So 2 guys who were here, you'll see their guitars here in a second. They've never did anything before. So Chris and I will not let you fail.
Nope.
Right? Okay. All right. Okay. So, hey, everybody, this is Matt, and we're at Texas Toast Guitars. Thanks for tuning into a fun early Sunday reveal where we are going to show you guys what 5/6 of the workshop did all week. Now, I say 5/6 because Andrew had to leave early.
We had 6/6.
We had, yeah.
That's a measurement.
That's like when Megatron comes together. Like, so really, we're missing the foot or something right now, or whatever. Andrew's Mega Man. Anyway, so what? Why did Andrew have to leave early, and why did everybody else get to stay late, Chris? And this is what we talk about. This is the last one of these.
At the end of this class, there was an optional paint component.
Yeah.
Paint and some other stuff component, and Andrew opted to not do that part.
And one of the reasons that
sure
we elected to not do this workshop again is because it's sort of anticlimactic when people leave here with it's a guitar.
It is,
but it's ready for paint, and it's got to have a bunch of other stuff. Like,
oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, the 5-day class, yeah, and even if you do the 2-day paint extension,
Yeah,
you know, so they're painted. We did frets today. They have some parts on them, but they're not finished guitars.
There's still a lot of assembly that needs to happen.
Yeah, and hopefully that won't be overly difficult. We did drill bridge holes, and everybody's bridge fits, and a bunch of stuff like that. So hopefully it's just, you know, bolting parts onto the guitar.
Brian Duncan says, ad free. Now do it, dastardly Dave. Then you can blame it on me. Thank you, Brian. That's very kind of you. And Ben says, make sure to like the video. So Ben and his dad, Brian, have been out to workshops, 3 or 4 of them. Dastardly Dave, thank you, Dave. Greg the Walrus followed up with, sweet, looking forward to building my dream Les Paul. Won't be able to get vacation for the one this fall, but hopefully in 2025. And Joey Dano, thank you for the super chat, Doug. So, Greg, I think I noticed yesterday that I don't have an Ultimate Les Paul for 2025 yet. I need to correct that immediately. So it'll probably be September 2025 if you want to block those days out for.
Okay.
So I'll get that on the website coming at you. So Chris, how was your week?
My week was good. As you know, I like classes.
I do too.
And this was a good group.
What do you think is better? Like, what do you like more? Doing workshops, teaching classes, or building guitars and just being.
None of it's terrible.
No, you're right. You're right.
You know, and I kind of like the mix. I don't know that I would want to teach classes all the time.
Like if another one started tomorrow.
No, another one could start in a week, but that would be all I could do. I could probably do 2 weeks a month, and the rest of the time I'd have to be like.
I think you could do 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks a year.
Yeah, I think so.
Just like the National Guard.
Is there insurance?
I don't know but I don't know what the hours are. I don't know which weekend it is. Yeah. Right. So
I do that. Do I get clothing?
Yeah.
In the military.
Sure. Yeah. Well, you get T-shirts here.
Yeah.
There's a big pile of them over there. So yeah. By the way, gang, there are T-shirts here. If you guys want one, let me know. We'll and they're available at popular prices. So anyway,
especially these.
So
and stickers. Don't let me forget stickers.
Yeah, stickies. So
loaded on stickers.
So what's the this is a little bit of a bittersweet workshop because we're not doing this workshop again. Why? And did we talk about that? And if we didn't,
well, so let's discuss what this workshop is.
All right.
And this is the start with a bunch of wood and leave with something that looks like a guitar class.
Yes,
that's what it's called on the website. Now this was the what was it called?
Classic Woodworking
Workshop. And so basically, when you show up on Monday morning, we hand you a giant body blank, giant neck blank, a fretboard, and a truss rod, and if you want, a maple top.
That's absolutely true. And thank you to Jay, who says, "Happy Sunday, everybody! No ads," and sent us a super chat. Thank you very much, Jay. And Big Mike's assortment of crap says, "Just a warning: if I ever come to the Les Paul class, I'm building a Wes Paul." I don't know what that means. Do you know what that means? Actually, you'll be building what we tell you you'll be building. So
and you'll like it.
Yeah.
So lots and lots of woodworking. 5 solid days of woodworking. You know, and every day you march everything on a little bit more, and then if you don't do the paint component, you leave with a wooden guitar-shaped thing that needs finish and assembling.
Yeah. You leave with something that's slightly more done than this.
Yeah, if this neck was glued in,
and the bridge holes and the control cavity was done, you'd leave with this is what you leave with. So,
yep. Yeah. So and really, even I don't know that 5 days is enough time to even do that. In some ways, if that was a 6-day class, slightly better.
The really what it is the insurance to have everybody using every power tool.
I was telling the guys last night,
killer. Yeah,
this class scares the hell out of you because of the the chance of injury in some of the other classes, chance of injury is first day
Yeah.
for the most part.
Yeah,
After
it's
that, you
it's
can cut
pretty
yourself with a
mellow.
razor blade. Yeah. This
Mhm.
class, almost the whole way through,
Yeah.
we're using big tools. And Kurt was actually saying yesterday, he's like, first day we used almost every tool in the shop,
Mhm.
every nasty cutting tool in there.
Yeah, the joiner, the planer, the pin router, the shaper, the routing
And I
table.
think
Yeah.
you have a, which is nice.
Yeah, some of them are personal and some of them are firsthand. But
I saw a guy do
I
this
saw a guy run his hand over a joiner.
And every time I use that tool, I'm thinking,
Mhm. Yeah.
it creeps me out, man.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Yep. Okay. So anyway, this is the last time we're doing this workshop, and we've got 5 cool guitars to show you that represent pretty much. So the guys came in and they literally had a blank sheet of paper,
Mhm.
and they drew out what they were going to make, and then they made it in 5 days, and then for the last couple days, they did paint work and fret work and some stuff like that.
A
So
little bit of pre-assembly and
Mhm.
yeah. Not pre-assembly, assembly.
So why don't we get everybody to come up one at a time?
All right,
Because
get out of the way.
that would make way more sense than everybody mobbing. Yeah.
All right.
And
I'll get out of the way. Who
and we'll
wants to go
talk to
first?
everybody about their
Don't
guitar.
everybody jump up at once.
And and we'll talk to them about their guitar and what they made. And yeah. Hey Larry, what's going on?
Good.
That was the wrong answer, Larry.
Good.
Let's try that again. Hey Larry, what's going on?
Built a cool guitar.
You did.
Don't be
You
nervous,
did.
Larry.
So this is Larry, and Larry, you are the only guy who's a local. I mean, to Colorado.
Colorado Springs.
Yeah. So Larry drove up from Colorado Springs every day. So
No.
you stay. So what did you make, sir?
I built a Les Paul Junior, one pickup,
Uh-huh.
pickup, and block inlay.
I think the block inlays on a Junior is pretty excellent,
and no controls, so it goes straight to the jack.
and that's the man after my own heart. I think that's a bold move. And why no controls, sir?
Because whenever I pick up a guitar, it always seems to be the volume's down, and I always turn it full blast. So
Yeah, like who uses it with like, oh, I better roll the tone off just a little bit. Thank you for the super chat, Doug. I will ask Chris if he wants to do that, though I'm almost positive what he's going to say. So okay, so we got a mahogany back,
mahogany back,
mahogany neck, and you've got a rosewood fretboard, maple top that looks pretty excellent.
Yeah, very excellent.
And you've got
awesome first time.
you got block inlays, and I don't know, man. I mean, so you're going with a Hipshot kind of bridge too. That'll be neat. That'll be cool. What are we doing here? Are we leaving that, or is that going to be?
I'm going to put a pick guard on there.
Are you going to custom?
Yes.
Do you have a custom design?
I need to figure that out.
Okay, is it going to be like pointy and like?
That's what I got to figure out.
Flames.
Do I want it small? Do I want it like fancy?
Yeah, I mean, you could just cover this up with like Larry or what? Whatever.
I have my Larry G from my previous one.
That's right. I forgot about that one. Yeah.
I think I want something more fancy.
Okay. Now I remember.
Now I
did that earlier.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could do that, but I think I'll want something more fancy.
How much more work has to get done to this before you're ready to plug it into a 100-watt Marshall?
A nut. I got to pick up a Dylan pickup.
Okay. Oh, you got Dylan's 8-ball.
Yeah.
Which is
his high output humbucker.
Is that his ceramic magnet one?
I believe so.
So that's the
his kind of
Super D.
Yeah.
Or no, doesn't he have a super? Well, okay, so 8-ball. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Or 9-ball or whatever.
It's the 8-ball.
Yeah.
Yep. Put the bridge on. The cover on. And
okay.
Ready to go.
And you got to put these guys in there. Yeah. So
the ferrules.
Do we have a nut blank that we can give to Larry? Even if it's just a blank?
I have a few nut blanks.
Oh, okay. So he doesn't.
Then no, we don't.
Yeah. Sorry, Larry. We don't have. We don't let you go.
Nope.
What was one of your favorite parts about this workshop that's no longer something that anybody can do and they can't do even if they just
two things. One, seeing it from finish stand, like you said, pile of lumber.
Yeah.
To finish guitar, that was exciting. And then the fretwork was enjoyable.
Oh, okay.
Using the fractal fret press was really cool.
The fractal fret press is good, isn't it?
Yeah.
So so we've got 2 of those fractal fret presses now. So to everybody who said, I'm concerned that they might not last very long, I am not very concerned. I think they're going to last a long, long time. So much so that I bought 2 of them. So
And
anyway,
then, and then Chris went through us, polished out bits, cut them off.
they look. Everybody's fretwork looks really
I
good.
told you what to do. I did none of yours.
No.
You did it all.
And we did it fairly quickly, but
And you did. You said, "There's no way I can get this all done by 1." I said, "I bet you're done by noon."
Yeah,
And you were done by 11:30.
there you
It
go.
didn't hardly take any
Yeah,
time at
and
all.
then Chris put an awesome burst. Love this burst.
So did you do any of the paintwork at
No.
all, or okay?
No, I didn't want to mess it up.
Okay, but you did pour filler.
Yep.
And you did you got to pick which colors you want.
Yep.
All right. So other than starting with a pile of wood and using every single dangerous tool that we possibly can in the shop, you can still do what Larry did. You just have to pick the class that is like, I want to build the Les Paul one. Okay, cool. No problem. We got you covered. And you can do all the you can pick the color, you can do the paint work. There's more paint on all the other workshops too, aren't there, Chris? Yeah. You get to do fret work, you get to do what was the other one that you said? Oh, seeing it go from start to finish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the way.
Yeah.
And then my cool little decal.
Yeah, everybody gets a custom logo. Yeah, what do you got on the back there? Made at TTG, Colorado, USA. Excellent. That's cool.
Kurt.
Nice, Kurt. So I noticed that you didn't say full-size drawing. The wildly boring full-size drawing was my favorite part.
That was my favorite.
It was not. Well, yeah,
No.
I didn't care for that. Okay, but
It's good.
But you got to do it, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, you got to plan your work and work your
Figure
plan.
out, where your pickups, where your bridge, everything.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Okay, who do we want to say hey to back home?
My wife Tamara, who was actually here Wednesday.
We got to meet her, yeah, because you guys are local, so she came up and hung
the rest
out.
of my family up in Idaho.
Thanks for letting us have Larry all week. He's a cool dude, and we had a good time. We will see you when you get it all put together because you're a local guy, right?
Yep.
So you bring it by and let us check it out.
Exactly.
Cool, man. Well, did I cover everything, Chris?
I think so.
Oh, what'd you think of the new tool benches?
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we had two fellows that were here previously that got to use the tool benches that we want to talk to them about what their thoughts were. And but yeah. So did we miss anything, Chris?
I don't think so.
Okay. Larry, do you got anything? You guys,
Nope.
Larry, the floor is yours. Take it away.
Thank you, and Chris.
Thank you, my friend.
Excellent.
All right. So, guys, we've got lots of workshops that are coming up, and we just added a bunch, and we've been selling a bunch. So we didn't announce the new workshops until Monday, and we already sold like 8 or 9 workshop spaces. So if you guys want to get into one of the workshops, please let me. I'm vamping till the next guy walks up. So so anyway, yeah. If you want to get in on the action of coming to one of the workshops and building your own guitar with Chris and myself, you can do it, and you can be as cool as my friend Butch if you want.
Hello.
And all right. Hi, Butch. How are you?
Hi, Matt.
How many tellies have you built with us?
2.
Yeah. They both look pretty excellent. What was the first one? Was it red?
The first one was all black.
All black.
Like a satin black.
Okay.
This one, I went with a little color.
It looks I like that red, dude. It's cool.
Kind of going with the whole black and red theme. We're gonna put some black pieces here and here.
What team is black and red then?
And I just wanted.
Oh, I thought maybe like down south, way down south. Old Dan
I
Tucker.
really like the way the black goes against the red.
I think it's cool too. Yeah.
I was gonna leave the headstock red, but I don't think any of us. I really didn't like it with the color on it.
Oh, okay. You went with the black. How come you don't have a cool logo that says Butch?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. So yeah, it was fun. We chambered the body, put on a drop top.
That's right. So we hogged out all this area here and all this area here, and then we glued the top on.
And it's actually a set neck,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of neat. That was a lot of fun. And the headstock is angled.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and it's 24 3/4.
That's right. So it's a scale that is often unlikely on a Telecaster.
Modified telly.
Mm-hmm.
Modified telly. Yeah. And not by any real plan. You said, why don't you do a set neck? And I said, let's do a set neck.
But we planned it out on Monday.
We planned it out on Monday. Yeah. I just didn't
Yeah.
I came here with the idea mainly I wanted to do chamber and You helped me out with the binding, which was takes a lot more effort than I realized, which
Let's-
is nice, you know.
Let's talk about binding for a sec, because I think binding is cool.
Very good.
What did you think of binding? So you bound the body, but not the neck. And Larry, you didn't do any binding, right? I think everybody else did neck binding, but not body.
Well, I didn't
Okay.
have any thin black, because I use it thinner
Mhm.
than the body, and the only that I went with this black fretboard. Kind of figured not, we didn't really need it.
Yeah, I don't think if you bound the neck with black binding,
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure you would see it.
Yeah, the biggest thing would probably be not seeing the fret ends, but we tried to cover them a little bit.
So we undercut the frets and we pressed them in so that they won't poke out.
And then
Fretwork on everybody's guitar looks really, really particularly excellent. So
yeah, which is a lot of fun. The fretwork, after doing all of this, which you know is fun, but it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of sanding. This is the more relaxing type of work.
I have a question for you since you brought it up like that. Joy and I are coming up with playlists for building guitars. And what would you think? What song typifies doing all the woodwork? What song would you want to listen to while you're doing woodwork in the wood shop? And sub question: what song would you want to be listening to while you were doing fretwork? And by the way, there's only one answer for the sub question.
Oh, well, both would be an Elvis song. Probably.
Remember what we were listening to when we were doing fretwork?
What was it? I wasn't paying attention.
So the song is Disco Lady.
Oh, Disco
And
Lady.
yeah, which is the ultimate fretwork song. But what? Okay, oh, so you answered it kind of. I'm going to ask everybody else,
Yeah,
Butch.
ask
That's okay.
everybody
It's all
else.
right, Butch. It's okay, Butch.
Yeah, don't ask me. I don't.
Okay.
I've only been in music business, well, radio business.
Yeah, for all your life. Yeah,
But
yes.
I don't
Yeah.
remember songs too much.
Okay.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I highly recommend anybody who hasn't come try.
Oh wait, would it be King Creole? Would be like the woodworking song?
That would be it.
Okay, yeah, I knew it. I knew
You
it.
know what? That's what I
Boom,
was thinking.
boom, 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 boom,
So
boom.
yeah. So I talked to Dylan through chat, and we're gonna a while back. So I kind of have.
So Dylan's gonna set you up with tele pickup and a humbucker. Okay.
Yeah, that was the other difference. Put a humbucker in the bridge area, so it's very modified telly shaped red guitar.
I think it's super cool, dude.
Yeah, I like it. So, and I put on all the pieces I brought with me.
What was your favorite part about doing all this besides hanging out with me all week?
We're hanging out with Chris too. So no, it's I mean the pin rod was always fun.
Yeah.
That was because we don't get to do that at home.
Yeah.
Um,
But you have a CNC machine at
I got a
home,
CNC
and
machine. Yeah, I got a wood shop at home, but I'm not one of those. I was a lot better at the bandsaw sawing this year than I was.
everybody was really good at band
Yeah.
sawing this year, were they not? Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought everybody was good.
The
I mean, Andrew wasn't, but he's not here.
He's
So
not here.
no, Andrew was really good.
Well, me and Chris talked about it. It came up a while back. It's like, we all know how to drill. We all know how to cut wood. But there's 5 other guys staring at you. You have a stick. And you're sitting there going like, I don't want to mess up this body.
You have a stick. I do have a stick. Yeah. You know what the stick is for? Everyone thinks the stick is for me to like poke them in the eye or something. It's so that I can point
Yeah.
at the thing you're cutting without risking cutting myself. So yeah.
Yeah. So we all made slightly different guitars, but y'all helped everybody,
Mhm.
without having wanted to build. I was the special case with the body bonding, and you took the time to help me with that, and I'm appreciated.
That was sort of an 11th hour thing too,
Yeah.
as I recollect.
Yeah, I think y'all were trying to avoid me that day, but
I kept forgetting about it.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
I was trying to avoid it.
but that was one of the main things I wanted to, experience.
Yeah.
I know I
Okay.
could figure it out at home, but I probably would have pieces sticking out all over the place
Do you think you could like go home and bind some stuff?
eventually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, got to buy some like a rabbiting bit and some binding and some
Yeah.
acetone.
Well, not even that. Just getting used to, the amount of heating.
Oh,
hold
yeah.
it, not smushing it because
Yeah.
it gets a little soft, all that kind of stuff. And you're trying to go fast, so you miss the little gaps sometimes that you didn't miss, but I was missing them.
But sometimes you just kind of got to do it,
Yeah.
and then oh, okay, you're not born with the innate ability to do binding, so you got to practice and get good.
No, so I had a great time.
Cool, man. I'm glad you did, Butch. It was great to have you here. Who do we want to say hey to back home?
Oh, my wife, Mindy,
Hi, Mindy. Thanks for letting us have Butch this week.
daughter, Ren. probably looking. And
I always show they watch because sometimes people go, no one's watching Set on Saturday.
no, they'll watch eventually.
Cool.
Cool event today, but they'll watch. And all the other kids, I got a ton of kids. So
Yeah. We don't know their names, but they're there.
they're growing. There's a bunch of them. So anyway, but yeah, for the whole family.
Well, what was your favorite part about this week, Butch? Did you already tell me?
I got to party with Jimmy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you did get to party with Jim.
Yeah, I got to meet Chris from the
Odyssey.
Odyssey. That was a lot of fun. Those are really great guys. So the whole cast of characters was a lot of fun.
Aren't you glad that you didn't come up last when there were no guitars? Because remember, you gave me all kinds of grief. You're like, put a guitar up there. I can't watch it without no guitars. If you came up
you
here,
were ignoring me. You wasn't saying anything.
I would be like, okay, boy, I'll put a guitar up. Yeah.
Yeah, you had some guitars. One show you had.
There was, I forget what there was a reason why we didn't have guitars up, and I don't remember what it was, but I assure you, it was not to upset you. It was that upsetting you was just a bonus.
Well, just in case anybody's listening back home, I'd like to come to one of the classes again next year.
Yeah,
I'd love to.
yeah, and you can pay the classes off like a little at a time. So yeah, you can pay the classes off a little at a time, or you can do a firm, which is like you can finance forever 0%.
Yeah.
They don't need to know.
All right. Thanks
Yeah. What do you want to come build next time, Butch?
I like the hollow body class. I'd like to.
Ooh, you know what? There's already 3 people signed up for that, and there's only 6 spots for that. So yeah.
Okay. Well, see what we can do.
Yeah. And the SG class is filling up fast too. I think there's 3 people signed up for that one as well. So
well, I kind of enjoy making the tellies, but the hollow body that piqued my interest. I'll make that one.
And Gary Redburn and Jay and Paul Hall from all the way from Jolly Old England are
Your good friend Paul Hall.
The semi-hollow class. So
tell that story.
Which one? By the time you and Paul got so drunk,
you sat across the table from him, and
so last year I sat across the table from Paul, a guy from England, and I still had the worst accent in the building.
I understood every word Paul said.
Yeah,
picked up on some new words that I really like. Couldn't understand Butch.
Butch assured me he was speaking English all week.
It's all English. Anyway,
well, thanks for hanging out with us, Butch, and thanks for letting everyone see your cool guitar. We can't wait to see it when it's done, man.
Oh, it'll get done.
You're gonna send me a photo, or
definitely.
Okay, good, outstanding. Okay, so so like I was saying, gang, the workshops are there's a lot of them in 2025, and there's even some that are still available in 2024. So if you want to come out and make something cool, you can. And you can make something as cool as Sam did. And hi, Sam. How are you, sir?
I'm awesome.
You look awesome. What do you got there?
I got an SG, a blue SG.
Okay, so wait a minute.
With a flame.
We need to switch seats because everybody else is righty and you're a lefty. Yeah.
This is the way to play it.
Yeah. So what do you so tell us a little bit about what you made and why there's only 5 holes on the top instead of 6.
I put a side jack on the side here.
I think SGs with side jacks, there are some floating around, aren't there?
I was always worried about pulling it out in front, breaking it off. So I like it on the side.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
I built one before this quite a few years ago in 2010. And this is my 11th guitar I've made.
Cool.
And I came here to...
You showed me some pictures of the guitars that you made, and they look really excellent.
Yeah, I came here to find out how you guys do it.
Okay.
And
what do you think?
I think your process is awesome. I think anybody that's even on the fence about building, you guys got it all in the right order. And building with the tools you guys have is awesome.
Well, I think that's kind of like if we had different tools, we'd probably have to figure out different ways to do stuff. Yeah. So, but and I realize not everybody has a pin route, but everybody who comes here says they want to get one. So,
well, I think, working with the maximum guitar templates and then on the pin router and.
Okay, now you're one of the few people who's done an SG. There's been a handful of other guys who've done them, but how did you like the Maximum Guitar Works SG, like a body contour? That worked really well.
Because my other one, I did it with a flapper and a grinder.
And just it's hard to do.
Smooth it and then check it, and a lot of block sanding.
I'm not 100% sure that that's how they do it at Gibson, but I think it's really, really close. Don't you think?
Yeah.
They probably have a jig and they run it over a shaper or something, but yeah. Yeah, man. So tell us what you did here and let's get it in the camera there so everybody can see it there.
It's a 24 fret or 24 3/4 inch scale with I believe it's some type of rosewood fingerboard, and we did with maple neck with mahogany back and the maple top.
And you got a maple top. It's hard to see the maple top, but yeah, it's way more stunning. Angle it forward a little bit. There we go. Now you guys can see a little bit of that maple, right? Okay. And it's a lefty, even though you look very comfortable holding it righty. So yeah. Okay.
That's the right.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, because I'm looking at the thing. I'm like, yeah, it looks right to me. Okay. Okay, so and you got the diamond inlay, and you bound the neck.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Looks cool. What pickups are you going to load it with?
I have a couple of sets from a couple different people. I'm not sure what I'm going to put into.
Okay.
So, but a couple humbuckers, probably just like regular PF.
Okay.
Style.
Are you going to go with the chrome covers or cream, double cream, or
probably all chrome?
Okay.
All chrome or
that'll
nickel,
be cool,
usually.
man.
Yeah.
You got a Tone Pros wraparound?
Yep, Tone Pro wraparound bridge.
And it fits.
Yeah.
And it even fits.
Yeah, we got the bushings pushed in.
So
Ground wire all done.
I believe our May workshop is the SG workshop and the ultimate SG workshop, and it's a neck through. So what do you think? Do you think the SG lends itself to being a neck through?
I think it's probably better
because you got only so much pocket.
Yeah.
So what was one of your favorite parts about
my favorite part was actually building guitars with other people too.
Okay.
Not just you guys, but with all the
especially me. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, especially not you, Matt. Yeah. Oh, this was a great workshop. Everybody here was really fun. And it was disappointing that Andrew had to leave, but that's the way it goes. So so what would you do? What would you do if you came back in the future for another workshop? Which one would you like?
One of your carved top classes, probably.
Okay. So like the PRS or the Les Paul one? Okay.
Yeah.
How many people do you think are going to come up for the Super Strat, Floyd Rose Strat with humbucker? Do you think anybody even likes that stuff anymore?
Oh yeah. There's some people out there.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see, right?
Yeah. Most of your classes fill up.
They mostly do. Yeah, I think there's a butt for every bench.
Yep. Well, because I work with the railroad, and in my time off, I have to pre-program a year ahead of time. So So looking at your classes,
it depends.
Trying to get my vacation at the same time your classes are was really tough. So.
Well, I'm glad you made it out, man.
I'm glad I made it for the last class.
Now you're going to stay in Colorado too for
I have family that live here. So
that's cool, man.
I'm gonna spend a week here.
Go to mountains and stuff.
Yep, going to Leadville to throw some lead, and then we're gonna go down into the valley and visit my aunt and uncle. Yeah.
That's neat, man. Yeah. Very cool. So, who is there anyone want to say hey to while we got them here?
The whole family and a couple of my buddies back home.
So, thanks for letting us have Sam. I don't know why, but I wanted to call you Joe all week. I don't know why. I've had to fight like nope, it's not Joe. I don't know because I'm stupid. But
maybe I act like Joe Dirt, or I don't know.
No, I don't want to do that. There's no reason. It's just I'm like brain damaged or something. So
it's all good.
All right. So how long before you're putting it together and cranking it up through a full-blown stack of Marshall?
Probably about 2 weeks.
What's the first song you're going to play with it, and why is it going to be If You Want Blood?
An AC/DC riff, or Metallica, something like that.
Okay, all right, good. Both good choices. Both good choices. So thanks for hanging out with us, Sam, and we look forward to having you back again sometime soon. Did we miss anything with Sam?
What was his favorite part?
Hanging out with me.
The whole crew.
No, building guitars with everybody. Hold on, I think Chris wants to put you on the spot. What guitar building process did you?
Carving the maple neck.
Oh yeah, you know what? Okay, I'm glad you brought that up because I said on day one, everybody who has a maple neck, change to mahogany before, and you'll thank me on Thursday.
It's definitely a tougher neck to carve.
You worked and did a great job on the maple neck. Not that anybody else didn't do that, but like it's so much easier to carve mahogany, get all the scratches and crap out of it. Yeah, maple,
And he
hard
was a
rock
little
maple is
behind at one point on the neck.
because of the maple, you think?
No, because of something else.
Oh, okay.
And then caught up the next day and passed everybody. And it was like, you're ahead of everybody
Mhm.
now all of a sudden, because he was just over the like.
Yeah, he was going for. I mean, every time I looked over at Sam, he was like making moves.
Yeah,
and,
it's like, how you doing? I'm doing good.
Yeah,
Okay,
get out of my
keep
way.
going.
I'm doing this. Yeah, yep,
Trying to get it
yep.
done.
You did, and it looks really terrific.
Trying not to jump ahead.
Nope. Yep. You're doing good, man. Doing good. What do you think of the new benches?
Awesome. Yeah,
Good.
Way makes it way portable and
Yeah.
lots
Okay.
of room.
Yep. Yep. All right. Well, we got a couple more guys who are going to come up and join us and hang out and tell us about their experiences building guitars. And Kurt and Darren are trying to decide who's going to go last. Hi, Kurt.
Hello, Matt.
How are you, sir?
I'm quite well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm tired.
I can't understand why.
Yeah,
We've been going for 7 days
Yeah,
straight.
yeah, we have a bunch
Crying
of-
out loud.
bunch of
Good,
stuff.
guys. Oh,
Yep.
I'm raring to go.
Chris
Well,
is raring to
still
go.
early.
Start again tomorrow.
That's right.
I'll be here. So Kurt, tell us what you build and tell us what you came to do and tell us anything else you want to tell us. The floor is yours. Don't worry, I'll keep talking.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Well, I built a Les Paul,
Mhm.
sort of. It's a Les Paul inspired Telecaster.
Mhm.
Hollow, both sides, double F hole. 2 P90s are going to go in there with a stop tail bridge and a tunematic.
So what's the big idea with these holes here then?
Well, my initial plan
Mhm.
when I came out was to do a string through. We found out after a few days and a little bit of calculation that the bridge was going to be so high and wide that the strings would actually rub the back of the bridge when it went through the body. So
you got one of these really neat Hipshot. They call it the Tonomatic.
Tonomatic, right?
But it's wider. So is it? Do you guys mount it straight? It's not at an angle.
Yeah,
It's got slots on either side, so it can adjust.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I can tell you. This is one of the Hipshot Tonomatics I've ever actually seen up close. I don't think we've ever used one, have we? We've used a bunch of the other Hipshot style bridges that are Gibson style, but yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So yeah, we started out with mahogany back and neck. Obviously a maple drop top.
Mhm.
We did do some binding, maple fret. Oh, I'm sorry, a rosewood fretboard,
Mhm.
and just kind of went there. We made us a little bit of inlay on the.
What? Tell me. That's a pretty cool inlay.
The inlay was because we built it in the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah.
So we have the Rocky Mountains in the 12th inlay. We didn't put dots or anything. Didn't want to mess that whole view up. So we got a nice view of the mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to tell everybody any more about that?
Well, it was initially thought that it might come from a really expensive beer, but it turns out it's Bush Light.
It's Bush Light.
Bush Light.
That was the logo that he
Beast
had.
Light.
That's what
That's
I
the
came
logo
with.
he had, and I thought, well, maybe I can use the Coors Light logo. I couldn't.
Uh-huh.
And I went, he likes the Bush Light logo. I'm just going to use that. So I
Why not?
grabbed it and cropped it and cut out everything that wasn't a mountain.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cut it out, put the little black inlay or the black fill in there. I don't know if you can see it or not. A little black fill in there for the
It does.
shadows.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
So Greg, that's what the 12th fret inlay is. Ben's kind of reeling still from you calling it a Les Paul and then showing what is clearly a different single cutaway style
It's
guitar.
24
It's 24 and 3/4 scale.
I mean, it is in fact a Les. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then we'll have the 2 P90s. We'll have the 3-way toggle.
Oh yeah, you have master
Tone, master volume. Of course, we'll have the side jack.
and you got 3 on the side headstock.
3 on a side headstock with the tilt back. Now,
So really, you built a PRS.
well, okay, yeah.
I mean,
you
in
could say
a
that.
way, yeah.
But it is elegante,
Yeah, it is elegante.
if you can see that.
Yeah, man.
Elegante.
Yeah, man.
And once again, made at TTG,
Mm-hmm.
Colorado, USA.
So so what was one of your favorite parts about doing this?
All week I've been just stressing on you asking that question because there's nothing that I.
All right, disregard.
Okay, cool.
So
Move
you
on.
came out with your whole family and
did,
hung out
in fact.
and everybody got to take a week off. and go do fun Colorado stuff while you were stuck in a hot, dusty workshop.
Well, I mean, I got to do some fun things too. You know, we got here.
Well, I'm not going to ask you what any of those were because I don't want to stress you out. Yeah.
You know me really well.
Well, then you just said, yeah.
No, we did a hike. We went on a train ride. We went on a what else? Oh, the winery. Yeah,
we have a winery in Colorado.
Yeah, we do. It's just not far. Balistrary.
Oh,
is what it's called.
Okay.
So you should.
There's one on 64th over here, the Sparrow Winery. I think they make like a fortified wine.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I really don't know, but yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, we'll have to give that a shot. But yeah, so you know, that's what it ended up with.
So you showed up with everybody was issued a bunch of lumber. You showed up with some lumber that was and Andrew showed up. Andrew came with all his own stuff. Yep. He wanted to specify all of his own lumber.
Yeah, I wasn't certain what I don't know what was going to be provided. I suppose I knew all the wood was going to be provided because you said so. But I thought, you know what, I'm going to grab this piece of maple from Dan over at Tonewood Experts, and it ended up looking absolutely amazing.
And you weren't sure about it.
I wasn't.
You showed up. You're like, I don't know
if this is going to work, man.
I think both Matt and I went, pretty nice wood.
Pretty swanky.
That's some nice wood there, Kurt.
Yeah.
You know.
That's and yeah. And then yesterday was when it really started to show itself, right?
Yep.
With the pour filler.
Yes, it did.
Some people have asked, was this one of the harder builds? And I think it definitely wasn't as any more labor intensive than anyone else's, but because the wood looks nice, I think people, you know, want to attach some more labor to wood like that.
Well, yeah, because realistically, I mean, Butch and I, you know, he hogged out his back as well.
Exactly at the same time.
He just did put the F hole in. So, and then you know, we got a little bit of tortoise shell on the back.
Lots of people love the tortoise back plates. They love the color. They love the wood. And Doug Santaniello asks, and in a way has come up with a really cool idea for this white area in here.
Yes.
He said, "Is that a label in the F hole?"
It's not,
but it could be. And I think that would be the ultimate thing to put there is one of those like a oval label that says, you know,
Texas Toast.
Yeah, I mean, I could give you one of those hamburgers giving the thumbs up, and yeah, you can put one of those. It's not. There's no label in there, but Doug, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Because you were like, I guess I could paint it black. I think a label makes the most sense, man.
Label. Yeah.
Yeah,
because that, you know,
and you can still put it in there. You just plop this back off and pop the old label in there. Yeah.
I have multiple labels.
Yeah.
Depends on my feeling. How I feel one day.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Bush Light label.
Bush Light.
Go crazy.
Thinking
go
wouldn't be a bad idea.
Okay, so is there anybody who's not here in the shop right now that we want to say hi to, or are there people in the shop here that you want to say hi to?
Well, I would love to say hello to my lovely wife, Lorenz. My stepdaughter, Lorenz, and Alex, her boyfriend. They're all from, they live here and locally, obviously. We've been staying with them, so they've been putting up with me coming and going, but they've had a lot of fun with their moms. So
good.
It's worked out really well.
That's terrific.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is the second time that you've been here.
We stopped by here about a year and a half ago or so around Christmas time for just a visit. We didn't come for a workshop. We just came for a visit. My lovely wife.
Yeah, your wife was sort of like asked me to if you guys could come by, and I think was engaging in a little subterfuge. You said you drove up and you knew where you were going because of the horse on the building across.
Exactly. We're driving through an industrial area and it was kind of quiet up front, and all of a sudden I hear, I don't know where it is. And that's in the backseat. I said, I think if you're going to Texas, just past it, because the horse on the building across the street.
There's no sign.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's very,
very, very small. Yes. You can see it, but you got to look for it.
All right.
But yeah, and I mean, the biggest thing, I have to throw props to all you you and Chris both, and to Brian for coming out on Monday, and helping out, and then Jam Jimmy for stopping by. But
thanks, Jam Jimmy, for coming to the shop and hanging around.
And not helping at all.
Yeah, not helping at all, just drinking a bunch of beer.
But he played one of the guitars for a little bit, real personal fellow.
Hey,
Great shoes, by the way.
Jim is absolutely charismatic. So charismatic that like, oh, thanks for like just being here.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Okay.
just being.
Raise
Yeah.
everybody's spirits.
Yeah.
We were all kind of
He
down.
does he does do that. He absolutely does. Yeah.
Well, and specifically the two of you for corralling 6 guys that built essentially 6 wildly different guitars.
They're pretty different.
And keeping everybody on track and on pace and getting done and finishing it up and not letting us fail. I mean, this is literally, you've said it in your videos, this is an heirloom quality guitar.
Mhm.
There's no doubt about it,
Mhm.
you know, and it's amazing.
You could build it yourself.
You could.
Right? Yeah, if you're so smart. Yeah.
If you're so smart.
Yeah. You did it. Do we miss anything?
Oh, I think we're good.
We got one more, and I'm running out of beer, and I'm running out of things to say. So yeah, go ahead.
There was one other thing real quick that we wanted to
Oh,
since this
the last one. Okay.
of its kind, we
Uh-huh.
wanted to give this to
The end of an era.
So with all due respect, gentlemen,
Wow. Oh, this is terrific. I haven't read all the things yet, but Chris, will you read what it says?
It says to Matt and Chris and the whole gang from the last classic electric guitar woodworking workshop with some dates, and then everybody signed it.
Oh, that's cool.
And there's a
Professional wrestler.
El Patole.
So I think that translates into the Bathole. Yeah. Oh, that's terrific. Oh, thank you guys so much.
we're in the show.
Anaconda squeeze.
Oh, that's great. Thank you so much, you guys. That's terrific. I love that.
That's hilarious.
That is truly remarkable. And then now we have a mascot. So you can't really put okay, we just have to hold it.
Where did the idea for that come from?
Oh, I don't know. It has
El Batole.
Patole.
Patole.
That's great. Thank you guys so much. I'm humbled by this. This is really cool. So yeah.
Cool.
All right. Okay. So we have one more guy coming up here. And it's Kurt. Remember I called you Kurt? Yeah, I got Kurt and Darren confused. Oh, yeah. No, so this is Darren, and he is here to hang out with us. Tell us what you got here, Senior. Did you screw the neck on, or are we just holding it on?
I'm just holding it on.
Okay.
It's bolted on yet. Yeah, so it's a Fender Jag, ash body, maple neck, rosewood fresh fretboard, 24-inch scale length, which is great.
So when
And-
you first asked about doing this class, you said, "Can I do a 24-inch scale?" And this was years ago. And I said, "Chris, can this? Some guy wants to know if you can do a 24-inch scale." And Chris said, "Yeah, sure." And then
you said no.
And then, like at the 11th hour, it was like, I don't know if we can do it. If you want, I'll give you your money back. And you were like, "No, that's fine. I'll just make something else." And because I asked Chris, "Hey, Chris, this guy wants to know if you can do a 24-inch scale," and Chris said, "No." It's about? He didn't say that, but I'm trying to, for the sake of brevity.
Yeah, for children's.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Chris said, "I don't think that would be a good idea, given the amount of time that we have to." He didn't say that either. But he said no. So then you got here and you said, "Hey, I got all this Jag stuff. Can I make a 24-inch scale neck?" And Chris said,
yes.
And so then I'm scooping my face up off the floor because
And I told Darren today, I was like, if it was any other guitar that was this outside of the parameter, we wouldn't have done it.
How come?
But I'm a Jag guy. I love Jags.
Yeah, all right, your Jags.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Hey,
so on.
Jags.
Yeah.
I played that to my advantage.
Good. Yeah. Did you know going in that you were
showed
gonna
up with all the parts?
Thank you, Butch. Oh, that's
Sorry
right.
for you because you had all these parts.
You totally Thunderdomed him.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. Yeah. So so we and the funny thing is we got rid of all the templates on the wall.
Yep.
One of them, my very, very good Jag template that had everything. You mount it to the body one time and you make a Jag.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had to backtrack and do all sorts of other
You threw it
crazy
away,
stuff.
right? You got
Yeah.
rid of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we improvised, but it worked. It actually worked really well.
We've built a number of Jaguar and Jazzmaster guitars. I almost wonder if we shouldn't offer that as a thing that people can come.
I think in the future, we probably should. I think there's enough people that like them.
Jazzmaster would be considerably easier given that it's the same scale as the Strat.
Correct.
So okay.
But anyway, we got it done.
What do you think is cooler, the Jag or the Jazzmaster?
Ooh, I have a Jazzmaster and I do like it.
Okay.
But never played a Jag before.
Okay.
I'm thinking it might be the Jag.
Are you gonna put flat? The only Jag I've ever played was Chris's, and it had flat wound like 12s or 13s or something. Yeah. And it was fun.
I got some 10.5s to 48s to put it.
I think you could, dude.
Should I do heavier?
Oh yeah.
Like 11s?
No,
because
no, go heavier.
At least 11.
Yeah, at least.
Really?
Yeah.
You think so?
Because it's gonna get slinky, dude.
It's short scale. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, so the only time I ever played a Jaguar, I played Miserloo on Chris's at band practice.
On my 65.
Yeah. And it had flat wounds on it. It was really fun. So yeah. You should do that. Okay.
Okay.
So anyway, so what do we got here? We got Swamp Ash.
Swamp Ash body,
Mhm.
maple neck, rosewood fretboard, block inlays.
Mhm.
24-inch scale length. Here's the pick guard I'm going to use. Which
Okay.
I think will not look nice with it.
Okay, let's get it. Yeah, that's cool. Can we get? I know it's a kind of a balancing act because the neck's not bolted in.
But
Okay.
so that's how it's going to generally look. I'm going to do the Johnny Marr circuit.
What's that mean?
Switching, which it's going to be. So Jags are traditionally complicated.
Oh, with lots of rhythm
their knobbies
circuits
and
and
switching,
yeah.
yeah,
And what
so-
what does this one do down here, Chris? Because the rhythm circuit is the same as a Jazzmaster up there, yeah. But this has a bunch of other pickup selectors or
Yeah, there's
something.
lots of switches in it. So that's getting replaced with a 4-way tele switch. So very simple.
Oh,
Standard volume,
okay.
tone. Up here, the Johnny Marr circuit usually has a entire circuit bright switch and then just in series bright. But I'm going to switch out the series bright for phase reversal.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have the neck pickup. I can switch in and out of phase, so I can get in out of phase sound for it.
Okay. Are you going to and what trim do you have? And the reason I'm pressing you on this is Steve Sobel wants to know what the hardware you're going to use.
Yeah, so a standard USA trim.
Okay.
Jazz Jag trim is going to be on it. And that's it. Fender kind of classic tuners. Oh, Fender pure vintage Jag single coil pickups.
Cool.
Fender buttons. It's important.
Oh, you got the Fender
That's
button.
where all the tone comes from.
Okay. All right.
Fender strap.
No, I don't think so.
Do you like Fu Manchu? The band, not the mustache?
I don't think I've heard of them.
Okay. Well,
So
that's probably bad. So yeah, so many of the original the first several albums, Scott played a Jag. And he's a tall guy. And so I wonder why he never played the jazz. I think he just likes them. They tune down, and the out of phase sound that you get from the Fender offset with an out of phase switch sounds really cool with that tuned down to like 2 steps. And that kind of stoner rock and a lot of fuzz. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Who has the Marauder that we built?
Doug? Yeah, Doug sent that.
Okay, that was like a real eye opener for me when we went out of phase and just fuzzed the crud out of it, tuned it to D, and it was really fun. So
Yep.
Cool.
Okay.
So Zed says sounds like it's gonna be fun wiring it. Well, you've already wired it, right?
Yeah, and then I unwired it. Now I got to rewire it because I was fitting
Oh.
cavities.
Oh, okay.
And in the 11th hour, we discovered that this one, the routing didn't fit. So
That's why it's got some wood exposed. You guys had to hog
we
some
just
out.
we just
Okay.
went in not long ago.
Okay.
Hog that out.
Cool.
Make sure it fit. Look good. So
Cool, man. What was your favorite part about the class, and why was it putting one over on your old Uncle Matt and saying, "Yeah, I'm doing a Jag anyway," even though you said no?
that was fun. Watching, I think Chris do the finishing and kind of learn from Chris on how he does finishing, like his schedule and everything. And
Okay.
some of the pro tips. That was really the big thing because I've built some before, but learning from both of you, like just no, this is how you kind of should do it. This is
Okay.
like a good process. That
Your fretwork looks really excellent, don't you think?
So the fretwork was also
Yeah, I remember you and I did a bunch of like fretwork backing and forth in.
Yeah.
Because I kept I'm like, I see you doing something that doesn't look like the way I'm doing it, but I can't verbalize it. And so we finally got it figured out.
Yep.
Are you gonna go home and do a bunch of them?
Yeah,
More
Jaguar
fretwork?
is fretwork. Oh
Yes, yes.
absolutely.
Okay.
I have friends and stuff. They're just like, oh, I fret sprout stuff. and so
Yeah.
I do it for them.
Okay, cool.
But this is gonna just, I think,
This
just not just for builds, but for helping people. Yeah.
Right on, man.
So-
You said these are the best frets you've ever done.
Best frets I've ever done. I've probably done maybe 10 or 12, and these are the best I've ever done
Cool.
because I wasn't doing them.
Was the best job I've ever had. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So all of that and watching you poke Butch with a stick. So
Which is very pokey, pokeable.
poking.
Yeah. Yeah.
poke.
Yeah.
But
Poking you with a stick. So who do we want to say hey to back home?
I think my guitar buddies, Sean and Mike, Kay, and then my wife Rachel and my girls, Kelly, Abby, Kate.
Okay.
So
Thanks for letting us have Darren all week. Hey, when I'm in Chicago next time, what should I go eat?
ooh, oh my gosh, how much time do you have?
Let's just say I had one day.
And you've never been?
No, I've been.
Okay. Well, oh gosh. Okay, Chicago Pizza and Oven Grinder.
Yeah, I've been there.
Chinatown for like any
They got Chinese food there.
they got Chinese food there. Lao Shui Shuang, I think, or Lao Beijing, I think are good. Fat Johnny's on the south side, but during
Fat
the day, not at night. You have to go. It's on the south side. It's the best hot dogs. So
Okay, Joy and Jim and Kiki all say that Joe's hot dogs in Joliet is the best. But I don't know. I didn't grow up there, so yeah.
Fat Johnny's on the south side.
Do they put the pickle in there with the tomato and the sport peppers and stuff?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like it's legit.
Okay, and that's on the south. How far away from? So I'm flying into Midway, which is on the south
it's gonna
side.
be
I
really
can just
close.
go right there. Okay.
Hit that and then go to Vito and Nick's for pizza on the south side on Pulaski.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not thick. It's tavern style.
I've been really misled by the Travel Channel on what people in Chicago, what their pizza looks like. Yeah.
Yep. Nope.
Can I ask him 2 questions?
Please do, sir.
One is not a question. One is tell us what you do.
What I do?
Yes. What is your profession?
I have no idea.
No, come on. Roll with it. Roll with
I'm
it.
a neuropsychologist, so I work with people with different brain diseases.
And
brain
and where do you do this?
Oh, I'm a professor right now
At
BYU.
At BYU.
Yep.
Okay.
So I run
Was
a
this
research lab
was
and
this like a
stuff.
field trip to like see how crazy Chris and I are, or?
Follow-up question.
Oh,
What's wrong with Butch?
come on!
The whole week, Chris has been like trying to help me. He's asking me how to help him figure out Kurt and
Yeah,
Butch and
yeah.
what's wrong with these guys.
And what did you say about Kurt? You said
Kurt cares too much.
he cares
He has
too
a big
much.
heart. Butch doesn't care enough.
Come on!
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah,
Come on!
that'll be $200
Yeah,
or a free workshop.
that's a good deal.
Free
Yeah.
workshop.
No. This was worth its weight in gold. Coming and working with you guys.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
It's great. Yeah, it's awesome.
And thanks to everybody who was here, and thanks to Andrew, who was not able to stay the weekend with us. Thanks to Brian and Jim and Chris and Dina from Odyssey Beer Works. And when I say Brian, I mean Brian Duncan, and when I say Jim, I mean of course Jimmy. Ike is is not in town right this second.
Sure.
So
Yeah. That's
actually,
why
he
we
might be
didn't-
back by now. I
that's why
don't
we
I
didn't
don't
see
know,
him.
but yeah, we didn't see him all week because he was gone. I'm sure he will come by probably this week because I think he's back already. But anyway, so you want to come back over this way, or are you
Sure.
done? Okay.
Let's be done.
So,
I'll sit
Chris-
back down.
Chris, what do you think about L Butthole?
Bacole.
Yeah.
He's a handsome man.
Yeah. That's cool. That's a cool picture, and I appreciate all the stuff that you guys did for us.
Put it on the wall.
And we're gonna put this somewhere. We're gonna let this grace the shop somewhere good because it's
Should put it-
the Wall of Fame, which is where now?
Over underneath the jet air filtration system,
And maybe
next to the buffers.
we might need to have this on the wall of fame next to Steve Morris and Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, we
could make the wall of
there,
fame
yeah.
go over yonder way. Okay.
It sort of spreads.
Yeah. Or we could put this under the, okay, I'm not going to make this a thing, but we have another guitar player over there that we could put, anyway, I'm not going to say. Okay. So anyway, Zed wants to know, what did the missing guy build?
He built a very, very, very traditional Telecaster.
But with all roasted, torrefied
With
lumber.
roasted maple neck, roasted alder body, a very, very black piece of fretboard material. Yeah, but very traditional.
Yeah. Steve says for you guys to post all the finished guitar on the alumni site. So by class schedule, another 3 8-hour days to finish them. Correct. Great work. So yeah, if you guys aren't signed up on Facebook, or if you do Facebook, go on that and join up. I think you guys are
look for a new 5280 3 Academy page.
Who's making that?
Me.
Us? Okay, good. Yeah, so we're in charge of that one. Okay.
And you don't have to be an alumni to see it.
I'm glad you're doing that because while I like
we share a ton of stuff, but it's just within that little community, and that's little community. But I'd like everybody to be able to see this stuff.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. That way.
So I don't think that Texas Toast Guitars is the right place to see it.
No.
So
no, and I think you're right, Chris, because if people who are like, I wonder if I should go to that can see it, then they might be like, oh, look at this cool stuff.
And that's what that one's for. And then the alumni page can be for people that have been, and things will get cross shared. But I hate seeing really great posts that only
nobody gets to see.
The 180 people that have been here or whatever can see. Only 180 people.
It's a significant number.
It is, yeah. So
okay. Well, thanks for hanging out with us, you guys. I know that it's busy for Sunday to hang out. This video is going to count as the Sunday video.
It is.
Yeah. I did not have any time to film a video this week, but I am going to do one tomorrow. And tell you what, I might do a couple coming up this week.
Okay.
So, yeah. So thanks for hanging out with us, you guys. Let's see. Joey Dano says he's doing good. So yeah, and he says it's another great week of building guitars. We have more stuff coming soon. Our next workshop is a 52 no-caster build. Hopefully someone will build a 52 no-caster.
Or a 51 no-caster, or a
51 yeah, whichever. Yeah.
Somebody please want to.
Mike Beckloff's going to be here. I'm sure he'll make sure.
Original.
Yeah.
Telecaster.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, gang. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you soon. Coming up later, I'm sure we'll have live videos and all kinds of stuff this week. So until then, this is Matt at Texas Toast reminding you that if you're so smart, start your own YouTube channel, and have a great week, everybody. And we'll see you later.